back setters, they are on fine form. If you haven't been following the German brothers, they're 18 to watch. And so they went into the round one of qualification, and I apologies for the pronunciation. Zazavoronik and Trusil from the Czech Republic had to take them down earlier today. And Damien Schumann, Olympian Australian, was calling that game, and he said they dominated. Shaw was ripping his serve, and Shane, his shooting was on. USA, number 15 seeds in blue, get us underway, serving number 1 seeds from Norway, targeting Sorum, and Sorum finishes deep into the bottom corner with, it is totally painted in, deep cross-court, hammer of a swing. First time these two have met. They'll have watched each other on video. They might have even had a little scrimmage on a training ground somewhere along the way, but officially, this is the first time. Christian Sorum, the traffic being driven around Mole's block, making the impact. Sorum with a nice pickup and sweet transition. Going after Shaw. The jump set, not after Shaw, going after Schalk, apologies, going after Schalk, the jump set from Shaw. Getting a little nibble, but Shane going fast off of Mole's hands, just checking to see if they're formed and pressed. Rain starting to come down. Definitely can alter proceedings, that adjustment to the weather. When you've been having a fantastic sunny day, Marita Mole, mum of Anders Hendrik and the tribe, said it is a beautiful start to the day here, but now the weather is changing. Chaim consistently going for the spaces, trying to take Sorum down to the floor. He gets into his knees. Christian has to work hard to come on through that middle. Lovely hand setting, Anders Mole, as you would expect, just making sure he's creating that perfect rhythm. Schalk getting in harm's way, a little closer to the swing from Sorum, the second batter around. And there they go, going after Schalk again, and Shaw with that second ball. They would have been anticipating it being brought out at some point, and Christian was ready and raring. Shaw apologises there, saying, you know, it was an easy one. It was a pedestrian one. It's kind of obvious, you telegraphed it, you know, all those things that you get told not to do. And you're like, damn it, shouldn't have gone. Sometimes it's hard to go back when you're committed to a shot. However, time to hit the reset button for USA. First end switch, Norway serving, 5-2. Great rip. That was exactly what was called for from Chaim. One of his beautiful swings in the arsenal. This morning, more all about the shot play. Now, maybe a little firmer sand. A quarter-final place on the stage. Shane Shaw's shoulder gets dialed in early. And Shaw, as you would expect, ripping that serve. Anders a little far off the net. Looking for a touch. Thinks that Shaw got it. Shaw's outright denying it. And that's what the challenge is for. Solving those. Did he, didn't he? We can't tell from the body language. And James has now owned up to it. Because that's kind of how you play. And that's fine. When you go to the challenge, you know you're going to get called. So why bother? Oh, goes the ripper of aim, jump top spin serve, but to the non-movement almost of the USA team. Maybe they were really confident. Ball goes long. James dropping it in on Sorum. And Sorum going for that heavy cross-court swing, goes into that big left hand of James Shaw. Late to the jump on the angle, sprung high, pressed early. Norway, a similar position. Problem solved by Shaw with that beautiful turn and burn. Sorum's got to get his wheels on, and Anders with the cover and the heavy finish. Nice hustle from both of those teams. Very alert to the potential of what might happen, and everybody getting their wheels on. Some incredible defensive shapes already, and we're only 12 points in. All started with that lovely land and turn and pick up from James. Christian now back to serve, keeping it on chain. Takes a look, always looking to shoot when you've kind of got that ball behind you. Ball's a little bit more out of system, off the net. Not going to be able to find the hard angle at this point, so he's got to be looking for the space. Where's Norway? I see you. The ball's going the other way. Rain really starting to come down now. No sunglasses at all in this kind of weather. The sand can stick. See Anders there trying to just brush the sand that can get stuck to the face. Sure, ripping one. Oh, that was so close. Like that endeavour though. If Shaw can get that in, that is certainly a dominating force from the service line. He has brought this to the Beach Pro Tour, and it's not showing any signs of going away, and what a time. Heading into the World Championships in Adelaide this year, November. Book that once-in-a-lifetime bucket list trip to Australia and go and watch the World Championships. What an event it's going to be. And if you're a fan of Chain and James, start your planning now. Number two USA men's team, but they are definitely booking their number 2 spot behind Andy and Miles. Maybe, just maybe, they might get ahead of them by then. And with that kind of serving, you never know. We are all squared 8-8. What a delivery. A little pop serve in this conditions in Ostrava. There's not much wind, so the actual buildings and the environment make it unique. Testing out Mole, good response. And what is so nice for the USA pair is the double hand contact. 1 contact, 2, 3 even. Potentially a little bit more control from Chain, but slowing it down. The on-two, nicely done. You've got Norway holding in defence as he went to hit. So they can see it. You can see the twitch there from Mol, the twitch from Sorum. He's had to take his blocks late. Can't get the direction of the finish. Great dodgeball. Did it touch? Mol, there he is. He's selling it. They got him. Got him good. No point in going to the challenge. You see Anders Mol holding it up and just twiddling his fingers, rubbing his fingers together. What a serve, James Shaw. This time takes a bit of pace off, gets Mol to the floor, and Mol gets the baseline. It was really close, and I was going to say, actually, I almost felt it was out. So, yes, I'm with you on that one, Chain. Go to the VOR at that moment. It's well worth a challenge. That is exactly what it's for, moments like this. What's so great about James Shaw and James Schalk is it's a new team that are playing at a really high level and figuring them out as we take a look. Yes, caught the line. But you can see as it hits the line and then goes out, the ball mark actually is quite far out. So if you missed it hitting the line, you might even get, yeah, the unsuccessful challenge, but worth a look. James has to shoot here, gets off the hands of Mol. I think James in very much the same way as Christian There are certain balls he's going to hammer it, he can really nail it, find wherever he wants. And then there's some balls where he's just going to have to shoot and he's going to look harder and longer at the defense. As we welcome our referees to their positions. Very important job on centre court, Jaroslav Vreček from the Czechia. And the second referee from Italy, Giuseppe Curto. Definitely going after the defenders at the moment. Looking to start getting the hustle up in defense. Moll and Shaw not seeing much service received. Definitely a little bit vulnerable through the middle. USA targeting that seam between Moll and Sorum, getting that ace earlier. Shame thinking hard from the service line as we come out with the technical. USA up 11-10, and he goes for that ace through that middle, gets Moll. Job done. What a serve, James Shaw. This time it's an easier ball for Moll. A little bit zigzaggy, but he just comes in and batters that one. No touch of the net. Comes under the net, avoids Shaw, but there's a nice kind of little gesture just to make sure you're all right. It's all part of the game. Don't want to hurt someone, but you are allowed a little movement through. Norway on the back foot, 11-12. Testing Shaw. Comes through a big swing, goes into the block of Moll. Oh, and James Shaw was called for a carry. A little bit of a discussion, argument between Moll and Shame over the interpretation of the referee. Smiles are around, but inside they are ready to go. Taking lumps out of each other where they can, slicing and dicing when they need to. Good touch from Moll. Christian tries to get some heat but can't find it, and that's a brilliant release from Shame on the option play. Moll saw it coming, but he was not formed. 12-12, game on. Beautiful ace. James Shaw nailing the service line. What a ripper. He certainly has got some serious power in that arm. Goes hard again. And as Moll tries to redirect after it catches a huge chunk of net with that improvised underhand flipper, but it doesn't work in the defensive move here. Love the endeavour of the backhand underhand here. Wow. What a serve though, James Shaw. Looking at server of the year category, got a long way to go. Keeps ripping serves like that. Definitely going to be mounting up the accolades. That's a very pensive looking Adrian Karambula, one of the coaches, coach to the Volleyball Vikings, part of that infamous, beautiful crew in the back room. Many of them there in support. Anxious time for Norway and the fans. Find out. And this serve is dismantling teams. And what's so exciting for James Shaw, you think he's only going to get better performing on this stage. It's a new environment, only his second season on the FIVB Beach Pro Tour, and strength to strength is the total thing that springs to mind about this young man serving now. This time at Sorum, he takes it. Oh, that's such a squeeze through. Sorum had a lot of daylight taken away by Shaw, reaching, has to go further round, clips the net. Shame, almost there. Nothing's too clean on the put away for Norway, and that is exactly how USA want it. Make them go for more extremes, get a few errors here and there. Sun's coming out, sunglasses need to be put back on. Can they back up that timeout with some defense after the side out? It's going to be a freebie, whatever happens. That was a tricky one. James couldn't do anything on the second. It wasn't high enough, wasn't accelerated enough. Then it didn't hit the net, and it was just one of those funky ones. James trying to push it, gets pinned back, and Anders Mol brings Norway equal, 15s. What a timeout management from Norway. Stepped up the service pressure, and that's where the errors are to be found. What was done to me, I am doing to you. Now with this timeout, USA looking to re-establish business as usual. This is proper taking lumps, not a side-out game. It's like bang, bang, hold on, okay, I've got this. It's a tough one, proper lump hammer kind of game. First set. The number one seeds from Norway managing that pushback, having taken that timeout earlier, and the USA timeout just taken does exactly what it's there for. To ice your opponents out and you get the error. Happens to everyone. Mol taking that middle this time. No aces at the moment through there. Goes for the curved craft shot and it's gone wide. Gift from Norway to USA. And that is James Shaw at the net, pressing, creating more of a shadow and a presence, forcing Mol to work around him. Couldn't work off him. This time it's Sorum's turn. And Shaw, late swat, but it was too wide outside. Couldn't get the live hands enough to throw it down. But that is the pressure and presence of James Shaw. 16-17. Norway have got to find another defense point again. Yon 2, jump set. Beautifully worked. Could have been. Slowed Mol down. Space opened up for Chaim, and Chaim likes to shoot, so as long as he can see it fast enough, without the pressure of Mol's block, that's exactly what USA are looking for and getting. Kind of a relief, isn't it? It's like when Ivandro makes an error, you're like, oh my goodness me, thank goodness we got out that one without being scathed. The USA, they would have taken this advantage at the start of this match. Siding out for a chance to take the first set. 17 serving 18 on Shaw. It's a little funky on the bump set. Went a bit further back, but James Shaw got a big hitting range. Able to adapt with his feet and the arm movement and nails that line. USA 19-17. Targeting Norway through that seam really effectively. This time Mol makes no mistake. He's just going hard and fast. Shaw jumping late to the cross. Schalk coming into the line, but it was too quick. 18-19. Norway, can they find a defense? Mol's in the right place at the net. Curveball at Chaim, under pressure. Mol's there, he's pushing. Gets the opportunity to swing for the duel, and they've done it. Now, Chaim's challenging for a net touch. I'm not sure whether that is in time enough. The referee is accepting this challenge of a net touch. Oh, block touch. Okay, they're saying that Mol touched on the block, so it will be 4 touches possibly. It's one of those that, because that was mid-rally, I'm not sure you can challenge that one at that point. I'm a little confused, just getting to grips with which one that was. Pretty sure that is the moment they're looking for, when Mol was at the net. Did he block touch it? Therefore, it's 4 touches. Here we go. If you're confused, I am. That's definitely one for the internet referees. 19 all. Norway get the point. Doesn't take the second ball. Chaim looking to shoot and does. Beautiful delivery. Let the ball do the talking. USA first set point, 20 serving 19. This is the man you would want on the service line at this point. And he serves up an ace for the first set. What a finish. USA number 15 seeds take home the first set with a James Shaw ace. You couldn't write the script any better for James Shaw right now. First time playing against Mol and Sorum, the number 1 seeds. Reigning bronze and former Olympic reigning. They always will be an Olympic gold medalist, Mol and Sorum, with that bronze and gold in their pockets. And it's always a big day when you play against a team like Mol and Sorum. Getting that first set in the bag is huge for Shaw and Schalk right now. Absolutely huge. Mol and Sorum, though, being lightly run in this tournament. They've only played 4 sets, so kind of business usual. So they know how to grind out a tournament. They know how to go to 3 sets. And they know that teams will just seem to ramp up their game when they play them. But can Schalk and Shaw be stopped? James Shaw cannot be stopped on the service line. He is really going after it. And it is a thing of beauty. Second set, winners bracket. Norway, number 1 seeds, under pressure. USA coming out and ripping that last set away from Norway with a James Shaw ace. And now Norway firmly on the back foot. Must-win set to stay in the Ostrava elite event. Challenging Shaw, dipping serve from Sorum. Way to start for Norway. They are some of the hardest thinking beach volleyball players that you get to watch work on the Beach Pro Tour. What do they need to do? Who they're going to go after? How are they going to play against the team? This time they're going after Shaw, trying to entice him into Mol's block. Mol's been kept pretty quiet by James Shaw, not let the Norwegian blocker get involved in his offence. Not a bad shift in strategy from Norway. Chaim going after that seam and Mol. Point USA. Mol in the net. He's trying to work the push. I think he just follows through as he comes down. It is a sincerely aggressive game right now between these two teams at the net. Big finish, Christian. USA keeping it on that seam, or Christian. Norway testing out Shaw, checking his service receive. And after pushing him to the floor, making him work hard, forcing him out wide, line's gone, he goes heavy on the angle and misfires. Good service pressure from Norway. Shaw feeling it a little bit right now, needs a response. That's a good mix-up. The jump set, James Shaw, go on. And what a touch. Norway just have to dig it over, and there was a little moment they thought it was going in. Anders looking for a high sky ball, doesn't quite get the big contact he's looking for, just to sort of give himself time to reset the defense. And that is a bit of a bonus play for USA. Well played. Got to play at the peak of your game against Norway anytime you play them. Right now, Norway have been pretty unstoppable, and USA really are getting in their way. And this man is a major part of the rise of this team. James Shaw ripping the jump serve. This time the net slows it down. Moll doesn't pass perfectly. It's not the best of passes. A little bit further off the net. Can't open up the attack. Has to go with a craft shot, but he's capable of that completely. Does like to hit though. Doesn't get the chance to that much. And we've seen a few of his shots go wide. Oh, bang goes the second ball option from Shaw. Service pressure on Schalk needs to be more if they're going to diminish that second ball option. Solid from Sorum. There is Sorum's deft pokey over Shaw. Getting used to the timing of Shaw's jump. Keeping a long look on James Schalk's positioning. Moll looking for a swing by out of Shaw. He gets one, but he just goes around Moll. Sorum trying to go late to the line, but that is too fast. Nice pass from Shaw. Always good to get a solid pass after you've been put under a pressure. So it's not a bad shout to go after him. It might slow down his serve, potentially. Little fake from Moll. And through the uprights. You can see Shaw saying, I just mistimed that block. And this is the Christian Sorum conundrum, with his ability to pull so many different kinds of tempo and range of shots out of the bag. Shaw straight into Sorum's dig, but Sorum only as far as James Schalk gets to go again. And James, so switched on with his vision right now. I'm avoiding Anders, and where's Christian? That's all you can see. He's thinking that all the time, and he's doing it. Tricky serve, and Chen gets the dimple dribbler to level it up, 7-7. Pressure firmly on Norway. Can USA do the double over the Volleyball Vikings? They beat Hendrik and Matthias in the first round of Pool C, taking it 15-13 in the third set. They're pushing hard against Anders and Christian. It wouldn't quite be the double as in what Miles and Andy did in Stad when they first took down the Volleyball Vikings, but a double over the two Vikings teams, well, that's still a double. It's a long way to go though, and the Norwegian fans will be screaming and cheering. Great positioning from Sorum, good high hands. Sure, though, with the read, but Anders waiting, doing the running early, getting up, making sure he's at the net. That enough of a hammer from Christian, gets the overpass, and yes, you can slam dunk, as long as you wait for the ball to come to your side in that situation. Norway, 9-7. Going for that line offshore, trying to get it to drop. And Christian in harm's way, almost there too soon. Good mix-up of tempo. Shaw under pressure. Still going heavy with the angle, but this time takes a little bit off of it. Maybe a 60-70% shot away from Christian. Wow, what a serve, but Mol takes it. Out of system, a little bit off the net, does a little bit of James Schalk play in this match. That crafty right side off tempo to the angle, but Shaw pressing. I like Schalk, sorry, pressing. Doesn't feel plain sailing for Norway yet. And it certainly isn't when USA are siding out at that rate. That is special. And every time he goes back to serve, that kind of sense of dread. Oh, it's not. Apologies. Thought it was James going back. It's James. Got to cover that middle, though, because James nailing it. And Christian does. Shaw trying to create all kinds of pictures. Can't quite get the read on Sorum yet. Again, it takes time. Many have tried. USA making life sincerely difficult for the #1 seeds from Norway. Serving tough, good communications, swinging incredibly strongly, especially James Shaw. Some of the rips he has had this match, incredible. Well, all tournament. And in this environment here in Ostrava, we haven't got the beach winds, we haven't got the high kind of ends or the sides, or we're not talking about what's happening with the wind that's sort of disrupting the play. What's happening here, you've got an arena that, yes, there is wind in there, it does get in, but it's more thermals. You can see the float serves are really kind of paying off here. You can get them really low over the net. Some people are jump pop serve, some people are standing on the 5-meter line with their floats. That's working with this ball. So it's a different kind of game. And so the sets are much more where they really want them to be, not against the wind. So this is what we're seeing, some incredible offense, and then figuring out defense, which is exactly what Norway needs to do to get in and get daylight between this USA team and take this second set. I am a total neutral, but I'd love to see 3 sets. I know the USA fans will like to see it done in 2. And Shaw on the baseline puts Norway immediately under pressure. Oh, but what a response from Anders Mol. You've got to hit the rewind button. You've got to hit the pause button. And look at the shape he makes when he makes this contact. And on cue, there it is. Look at the movement and the high contact. And he knows that there's not going to be a block. Finding that seam. And Christian goes to explore it again. Chain takes it. There's a lot of pressure. Chain goes for the hands. Does he get it? No. And they're not calling for a challenge. Like the aggressive setting from USA, taking it to Mol at the net, trying to give Chain the opportunity. Lovely. That jump set, hurrying up the offense, getting a hold from Anders, allowing that rip to open up for Chain. See, the press is late from Anders on that side view there. You saw the hands come after the ball, and that is unusual for Mol. Good movement from USA. Keeping it on Mol now, and Mol taking a long look. Shaw under pressure. And Anders Moll just rises into that big, huge cross-court block position. As soon as Shaw was a little bit wider, couldn't get the height and reach, he could make the press. Norway now didn't think they'd get this kind of a gap between this USA team. USA in a bit of a pickle right now. And it does not get any better with block form from Anders like this. You can see James is almost having to hit backwards. The left shoulder's got a drop to find the power. It's not with the body. It's not as structured and square on the ball. And Moll can sense it. This is where Anders Moll is so good. Smiles all around. What a game that the fans who've come from all corners of Europe. It's a great venue to travel to. It's quite a good airport to get to. Direct flights from all over Europe. Don't always have to go the long route. And sometimes it's nice just to be able to go away quickly rather than having to travel through Prague. I know that a lot of the players have to go the long haul and go into the major cities and then make the transits and everything. But for a lot of these fans, they've been able to get here really quite quickly. Norway serving 16-11 after the USA timeout. They keep the ball on Shaw. He's under pressure and he comes up with a crafty little underhand knuckle. I think Anders thought that Christian would be waiting in the middle ready to run that one down, but not to be. Good timeout, good point for USA. They got lucky with that one, but sometimes the way they've been serving, they certainly do make their own luck. Shaw winding it up, proper curveball, but Anders has got dialed in now. And he bashes it back. Chain though, taking one for the team. Little tricky, Christian had to totter. The jump set gave the free net to James Schalk and he didn't waste any time. It certainly was an unbelievable play. Free net Schalk, as long as it's close enough and he can swing hard enough. Frustrating defense for Norway. Can they back it up? USA serving again. This time Shaw long. Reprieve. Just breathe a sigh of relief because you are fighting hard at that moment when James Shaw is hitting it. It is a proper thing out of his toolbox that we don't see very often. Good slow down from Anders. Can't get the touch though. USA, although they're trailing, it looks like they are well in command, weirdly. And with that defense, they certainly are getting Anders in an easy roll shot. That is something else, and this is pretty good service, pressure and defense by USA, number 15 seeds. Going after Moll doesn't happen in very many matches. Usually it's a long attrition on Christian, but USA have got something. They're hanging on to it. Not this time though, Christian's turn. James trying to get his wheels on the up and over line. It's probably a sensible move after Anders has been dug to not go at him again. So the likelihood of compound error from Anders would probably be 99% not going to get another one. Shaw with a big high pass. Good touch from Anders. But Shaw with the peel. Doesn't release the second ball, but does give himself opportunity to finish deep into the corner. Little wry sort of, sorry about that one, partner. Didn't quite get that one up to you as you needed. James Shaw rewriting the history books with this team with this serve. Not this time though, not this set. Still plenty more beach volleyball to go though for the USA fans. They can keep that side out ticking over. USA potential to drag themselves back into this match. Christian Sorum has been working hard at the low over the net serves, trying to get a little curve, this time Shaw in control. And that's what you get when you get a good pass. It comes back so simply and so sweetly. In position, ready to go. Don't have to think, keep your eyes on the defense. USA 17 to 19. A little bonus point from Chain would be good right now. Sorum, solid lateral pass. And there it is, Christian Sorum at his finest. Just slicing under the arm of the block. And now Norway with 3 set points. Will they take it at the first? Or will we get a little side out wobble with James Shaw serving? I'd sure like to see that. A little bit of confusion. Shaw though gets his hands on it. And Chain yet again unfazable on his shot play. He's getting an early decision from Norway as to where they're going to be. And he's just looking long and hard. Rain really coming down. Opportunity now. Last roll of the service line for USA. Shaw gets it in, but Sorum for the set takes it. We are into a decider. Christian Sorum getting back into the groove with the side out. Referee calling the players in for the toss. You can see now getting some energy in, getting a little drink. Who wants what? Always interesting to see. Referee gives them their heads or tails. It's USA that have won. Now, I think from that body language, Schalk and Shaw elected to receive. We'll see what end Norway take. As we take a look at the statistics from that second set. More defense, more service error, more opponent error. Sorry, apologies. And Anders getting involved in the net a little bit more by the block. Nice that we're seeing the statistics of each set come up after each one, not the combined one. It's always nice to see exactly how it goes from one to another. Crowd having to get the raincoats out. This can change again quite drastically. As the rain comes down, we are underway. Men's round 2 knockout bracket. The number 1 seeds from Norway get us underway, serving the number 15 seeds from USA. And no touch, no tag of the lines. There's a challenge. What's the challenge going to be? Is it going to be for the touch or the line? He's going to check. Referee Rui Carvalho checking. Oh, no, apologies. Jaroslav Bejek checking. The only way it could be in Norway's mind is if it hit the line on the way through, which sometimes that ball mark, as we saw earlier, it goes so fast and so close to the line. As it touches, the actual ball mark is out. But if it touches it, it's in. We'll get a little review there. Didn't go anywhere near it as it went through, so definitely out. First point, Norway in the decider. Shaw pushing out to the sideline, but with that shot goes right into Sorum's waiting hands. Sorum goes high at the hands of Shaw and gets him. If you're in trouble as a defender coming in for offense, the set's, it's up. You've done your best to keep it flying. You see the block retreating, go hard at their hands, and Sorum certainly did. Taking Shaw short. That's a nice shot. Good adaptation, but Christian Sorum going in the right direction, which you'll kind of be happy about. Maybe you're not so happy that he wasn't moving a little bit faster to get the layout. Shaw adapting, trying to figure out Moll in front of him. Keeping it on Moll. And they got another shot from Mol right into Chaim's hands. Chaim goes equally right into the defence of Norway. Nobody can find the floor. And there it is. James Shaw was in the net and Norway come in swinging. This is a weirdly uncharacteristic shooting game from Anders Mol, and James Shaw probably can't quite believe the shots that have been rolled into his hands. Anders going for the high float, goes long, frustrating times from the Norwegians. Good news for Norway is if they lose this with the set scores they had in pool play, they'll probably be one of the lucky losers. The bad news will then be who pulls Norway as lucky losers. But let's have a clean fight. And there is Anders Mol coming right back at you. And if you face Norway, you'd like to do it through the winners bracket route, that's for sure. Not that lucky loser spot that might just open up to them. Big swing, nice, heavy sounds. As Kerry Potthast would say, this is a proper slug fest. Might not have the same Australian accent, but hey, you know what I mean. This rain is proper battering down right now. Need a bit of a landing from Sorum on shore, but no harm done. Sorum chipping effectively. Norway up 2-5, serving 3. Anders Mol served deep and long last time. Is he going to make USA play and get involved with the block? You'd like to think so as a fan. Second ball's not there. And Chaim gets the wipe off of the hands. The Kong block. Anders Mol trying to make more pressure with one hand reach, and Chaim using it effectively. Look at that rain. It is a battering. This is mind over matter, and the matter is the rain right now. Little fake pump from Anders. Chaim gliding into the cross court. Good recycle, running it wide. Trying to slow Anders down, but Anders is there. Good recovery yet again. And phenomenal finish. What a whip. That certainly was worth the One Rally song behind it. All square 5-all, USA back in this. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. The level of play right now from both of these teams. Oh, and James Shaw goes for a big jump, then realises the throw's not there, has to float serve, catches the net and gets the ace. Good adaptations mid-flight, Mr. Shaw. James goes harder this time, Mol in control. Lovely line. And that's what he's looking for. He just stands there and goes, that's the one I want. Everyone thinking hard, what to do, where to go, what kind of defense are we going to run, what kind of offense are we going to play to move them around. Line blocks calls. To be sure Mol will be trying to grab hold of this ball if he can. Oh no, actually it was a cross-court block and he left a whole heap of line for James Shaw. Interesting. Sorry, I won't try and call the calls again. The fingers are being hidden behind the call. Good slice through the middle. Chaim really doing a good number on Norway. And this time Anders not in a position to fire. It just takes a focused, long look. Norway 7-7. Exciting time if a USA fan. Can the number 15 seeds get their way into the quarterfinals? Oh, and the loose shot through the hands. The ball's getting wetter. Look at that rain. You can see how much rain is going to get on that ball. Even if they're wiping it off and giving it to the players, just holding it out in the rain right now, it's going to get wet pretty quick. The on-two, touched, almost touched twice, but not quite by Norway. Good option. Again, James using it wisely and well. They've only really had one time when James released James to hit that second ball that's gone terribly wrong. It's been well deployed against a tough opponent. Great angle, nice touch though, Shaw. Shaw on the way. Good block positioning from Shaw, driving Sorum around him into Schalk's hands. Anders Mol trying to go late. You could see he committed a little early. He was trying to readapt mid-flight, but couldn't do it. And James Schalk continues to be a problem for the Norwegian defence. Again, that middle going after Mol. Mol heavy, solid finish, lovely set. Sorum just releasing Anders into pole position. This could go either way. There is no doubt that nobody knows what is going to happen. Everybody giving everything right now. Sure, the jump set. This time though, Mol drives the traffic to Sorum. And Sorum finds the floor. That is a breakthrough for the Norwegian defence. And Sorum had to bide his time. The jump sets had got the nibble. Anders wasn't formed. Chain had those free cross-court swings, and finally that swing with a little bit more pressure from the block is converted by Sorum. Timeout called. As to if Shaw and Schalk come out of the lucky losers, well, you'd have to be a much better mathematician than me. I know full well with the scores that Norway have got, 21-11, 21-13, 21-12, 21-15, they will come out of the lucky losers. I don't think there's anybody that's beaten their opponent so convincingly. So regardless, they could be a tough team. So if USA come back, now for the USA, you want them to win this because going into the lucky losers number crunch, well, their scores are a whole heap closer. So there's not such a big divide. So it's going to be a bit of a wait to see who comes out of the lucky loser conundrum. I'm sure there are some brilliant statisticians and data analysts and number crunchers out there that have got it well ahead of me. If you're a USA fan, you just want to take home the win. It's too long an anxious wait. But USA having called their timeout, Norway up 11-9. They need to keep this side out going. Shaw under pressure. He's got the touch. Anders has got to go. Shaw holds and gets it. And Anders Mol trying to do a pull on the chain because he's fed up with him chipping around, doesn't get the footwork right, and that's an easy find for James Schalk. Wonderful release, but Mol gets behind it and proper hammer down the line. No sign of a shot with a trajectory that anybody's going to run down at that moment. But what a serve. And what a receive. Norway with this 2-point edge, 12 serving 10. Big miss for Sorum. Massive part of the Norwegian game is for sure their defense. Not being able to play it at this point definitely allows USA to feel a little bit more confident coming in. Testing Sorum after that error. Oh, what a touch. And equally, Sorum with the left-hand spear. He's off the net, though. He's got to go for some extra special slice, and he does. And De Smol, just so appreciative of what his partner did at that moment. It was an incredible finish. He saw the pull, he knew he'd be vulnerable, and James Shaw taken to the line by Sorum. Oh, I love that shot. Catches Sorum on his knees, not moving yet again. James Shaw with the ability to decelerate and pin the defense. Still in it, everything to play for. USA serving. This is a big moment for James Shaw. Can he pull out another ace? Now would be certainly a fantastic time to rock one in. Takes the pace off. It maybe was going out, but Mole took it. Mole bangs it. Shaw, not enough press. And Anders Mole, who has been the target of more service received than he's seen in a while, brings home the point, and now 2 match points for Norway. Christian Sorum serving for the match. Takes Schalk to the floor. Schalk with the shot, and he has been unfallible, unstoppable, irrepressible. That's a good delivery of the serve. Can USA get the defense? No, they can't. And Norway take it home, taking the third set, 15-13, and a wonderful victory for Norway. But USA, what a match, an incredible display, and they are having a good tournament. They've kept it close, they've got good point scoring. There's every chance they might just get themselves into the mix. Follow volleyballworld.com to see what the matchups are after this round of 12. But for now, all we do know is Norway are into the quarterfinals and the fans are happy. Definitely was one of the most tentative, worrying matches almost for a while. I think it's new opposition against a team that are really starting to excel. Well played, USA. What a match. 21-19.